Welcome to Academic Integrity. I am Chang Hee, your instructor. In this series of lecture, we will cover the following. First, common types of academic misconduct with AI usage. Second, guidelines and principles for ethical use, AI use in academia. Third, avoiding over-reliance on LLMs and independent thinking. Fourth, ensuring content accuracy through critical evaluation. Fifth, leverage AI tutor to enhance academic integrity. As an interactive activity. In the last lecture, we learned that copying and pasting AI generate text is considered plagiarism. It is a form of ghostwriting in which you claim someone else's writing as your own. All work must be the student's own. A student should not rely excessively on AI to generate the core ideas, logical flow, or references for their work. It is an academic misconduct. Also, it undermines a student's opportunity to develop critical thinking skills. LLMs may generate false information and citations, a phenomenon known as hallucination. Also, they can alter a student's original idea. Copying and pasting AI-generated work can violate the student's responsibility to ensure the truthfulness and originality of their work. Can you list and explain at least 3 specific ways an AI writing assistant can damage the academic integrity for ESL students? First, when it comes to guidelines and principles for ethical AI use in academia, first, a student is responsible for the originality and validity of their work. Once submitted, it cannot be undone. A student cannot hold AI accountable for the validity or truthfulness of their submission. Second, students should disclose any support they have received from AI. For instance, a student may explicitly mention their use of AI tools. Furthermore, students must adhere to the guidelines established by their institution and instructor. Third, a student should limit the use of AI to lower-level tasks such as brainstorming and minor grammar refinement. The core ideas and logical flow must be the student's own original work. Can you explain the responsibility, disclosure, and limitation of use regarding AI writing assistant to a first-year college student enrolled in an English 101 course? When a student begins copying and pasting AI-generated work without questioning it, they lose the opportunity to develop critical thinking, academic writing, and other scholarly skills. It is important to use AI as a tutor, not as a text generator. For instance, the role of AI is to support your academic development, not to replace it. A student should use LLM solely for exploratory tasks such as brainstorming and grammatical refinement. For example, students should use AI to evaluate and improve their writing, not merely to generate text. Use LLMs as your tutor, not your writer. Let's apply what we've covered using the LLM. For example, ChatGPT or Gemini. Complete the following steps for the topic of your choice. First, develop your initial thesis statement and 3 supporting arguments without using an LLM. Second, use an LLM to explore your topic and critically evaluate the strength and weakness of your thesis statement and supporting arguments. Third, revise your thesis statement and supporting arguments based on your evaluation. Fourth, submit all 3 versions of your work and write a reflection on how you proactively prevented the overuse of the LLM to maintain originality in your work. The risk of LLM hallucinations. We learned that LLMs can generate false information and citations, a phenomenon known as hallucination. However, students are responsible for selecting and submitting work as their own. Students should double check whether the information generated by an LLM is accurate. For instance, they can verify sources through Google Scholar or their school's library database. If the LLM generated information does not appear in credible sources, it is likely the result of hallucination. Let's apply what we covered using the LLMs, ChatGPT or Gemini. Complete the following steps for the topic of your choice. First, ask the LLM to research your topic and generate a concise summary along with a reference list. Second, use a reputable search engine, for example, Google Scholar, to check the validity of the sources cited by the LLM. Third, submit a revised version of your summary with accurate citations. Here is an interactive activity for a student to write a paragraph using LLMs and learn how to ensure academic integrity. First, develop a paragraph on a topic of your choice, including a reference list using an LLM. Second, use your reputable search engine such as Google Scholar to check the validity of the sources cited by the LLM. Third, use the LLM to explore your topic and critically evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of the paragraph. Fourth, revise your paragraph and update the reference list accordingly. Finally, submit a revised version of your paragraph with accurate citations. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will discuss the use of AI as a cognitive uploading tool.